A picture tells more than 1,000 words, and today I will share with you the best possible tool to create that picture. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is Mermaid Chart, a diagramming software that has been created by the foundational team of the Mermaid diagramming language. And it helps you create all different kinds of diagrams with the inbuilt AI chat. You can edit them and even share them with colleagues or work on them together. Oh, and a small disclaimer, even though Mermaid Chart is the sponsor of today's video, I had actually been using the free version of Mermaid Chart for a while, so I was quite happy to create this video for you. Let's go to mermaidchart.com and create an account together. And to create an account, simply click on the Get Started for Free to be able to save 5 diagrams in your account. But don't worry, you can always remove a diagram to free up some space. And now simply fill in your details and then just press Create an Account. Before you purchase the Pro plan, there's actually a 14-day trial going on so that you can try out all the features that I'm talking about in this video. And stay tuned until the end because I have a special surprise for you that extends that trial even further. Alright, so we're logged in. Let's go to the dashboard, and in the dashboard you can see all of your diagrams that you have created so far. Well, you haven't created any diagrams, but these are the ones that I've created previously. And from here we can either create a new diagram or create a new AI diagram. But let's create a standard diagram for now and then revisit the AI diagram a little bit later. So let's click on Create a New Diagram. How cool is that? There's actually a diagram explaining us how to use this software. And these are actually the techniques that I'm going to show you. You can build one by yourself, you can use AI to create it, or we can use the Mermaid language. So let's get a quick look on what kind of diagrams are actually supported. And in order to do that, click on Templates, and then we see all the different templates for the diagrams. Over here we have, for example, sequence diagram, we have flowchart, we have state diagram, and a bunch more. So let's click on sequence diagram and click on the first one. Let's click on Replace. Now we can create our diagram. But before we continue, let me create a new tab with a flowchart diagram and let's visit that one later. Alright, so back to our sequence diagram. Let's give it a name. And to do that, we click here on the top left corner and here we can say a friendly conversation. So our sequence diagram now has a name. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 ways to edit these diagrams. And you probably know why I'm so excited to show you the third method. Yes, it is with AI and it allows you to create a diagram completely from scratch. But before I show you that, let's continue on by editing using the Mermaid language. And this Mermaid language actually always looks so difficult to me, but it's actually pretty easy. For example, let's add to this diagram that Alice wants to tell John, regardless of his response, that she's hungry. And all we need to do is write the following code. Alice hyphen angle bracket plus, and then we write John. And then at the right side you can see how the diagram actually changed. So over here we see a dotted line that says, hey, I'm hungry. Oh, and a little tip here, but you might already know this. A solid line represents a message where the sender of the message waits for a response from the receiver before continuing. And a dotted line means that the sender doesn't wait for an answer back and continues right away. So yeah, that one fits here. Ta-da! And you've just learned how to write out a sequence diagram. And all the diagrams that I've shown you previously in the template section each have their very straightforward notation. So let's revisit our flowchart diagram. So here at the flowchart diagram we see flowchart LR, that means left to right. So let's create a flowchart diagram of us being hungry and we're going to choose a type of food. Now we need to provide the options. And as you can see over here you just do the hyphen angle bracket in order to create a line. So now option C is our choice. And then we can say, for example, apple. So B hyphen angle bracket C, apple. And after typing for a while, we end up with this. A flowchart diagram that shows that we are hungry. We can choose a food and we can either choose between an apple, a pizza or a cake. And this is really cool. You can even include font awesome icons to make your diagrams even more awesome. And let me show you another great way to edit your diagrams using the drag and drop editor. Back to the sequence diagram, and over here at the right you see our sequence diagram. And in order to change things over here, let's say that you want to send a message from Alice to John, you just hover over the line under Alice and drag the plus icon to John. And now you see that a new message has been created. If you single tap on the arrow, you can change the arrow type over here, like this one. And if you want to change the message itself, you double tap and then change the label. and save it. And the same goes for our flowchart diagram, so let's open it up. So here at the flowchart diagram, you can click on a shape, let's say this one, and you can either change the shape, you can change the border type, you can change the border color, the background color, and even the text color inside the shapes. So if you want to make this choice green, well, you can. Just simply click on it and then go to the background color and press green. And now the healthy choice has been selected. Now it wouldn't be an artificial analyst video if I didn't include this next feature. So let's say that we want to create a diagram that showcases the interactions between a user and the iPhone 15's Dynamic Island feature. So we need a sequence diagram, but we're going to ask AI to create that one for us. So in order to do that, open up the AI assistant over here, and then you see a few messages from the AI chatbot. And over there, we can send it a message. So let's just write, could you create a new sequence diagram about the iPhone 15 and a user trying out the Dynamic Island feature for the first time. And then just hit enter. And as you can see in the chat, it's just coming up with a response. And now we can either copy the code and then paste it in here manually ourselves, or we can click on use. And before you click on use, make sure that this diagram is something that you can throw away, because it will override it. So after clicking on use, we see that the sequence diagram has been copied over. And over here you see the interactions between the user and the iPhone 15. And the thing that completely blew my mind is the fact that even though this diagram has been created completely using AI, I can still edit it manually. You know, for when the AI and I cannot agree on the outcome. And this is so much better than doing it the traditional way. Sorry, ChatGPT. Also, if you have just overwrote your diagram and you want to get back to it, don't worry too much, because every action that you take within the platform is actually automatically saved. So you can just go here to the left menu and click on timeline, and there you see all the actions that you have made. And here you can name them or revert back to it. So let's name this one Conversation with Alice. And if you want to revert back to it, just simply click on this arrow over here. And as you can see, now we have our original sequence diagram. And when you're happy with the diagram that you've created, we can now export it. So let me show you how to do that. So for that, go to the left menu and click on export. And here you can choose to export it as a PNG, as an SVG, or text as MMD. And that basically is the own Mermaid language. But in my opinion, the coolest way to share these diagrams is by using the share feature. And normally this meant taking the code, pasting it in a text document, share it with someone, and then just hope that someone also knows how to use the code. But here you can just click on share on the top right corner and then decide if everyone with the link can view it, or edit the document, or if you want to have the file only to be accessible with your team members. And then just share the link. And that feature about making it available for your team members only is really cool. Because Mermaid Chart allows you to work together on documents. And all you need to do in order to do that is create an organization. This is how you do that. So on the left menu, click on the Mermaid Chart icon to go back to your dashboard. And then over here, on the left side, there's a button Organization. When you click that, you can create your own organization. And I just called it My Organization. And then over here, you can add members to your organization. In my case, I'm the only member. But if you're working in a group, you can add more members over here by clicking Invite User. Over here, you can create your own team. And you can even see which projects are affiliated. Inside this team, which I call the best team ever, it says that we don't have any team projects yet. And we can create one by clicking on this plus or over here at the top right corner. So we just created a new project, and over here we can click on that and start creating diagrams. It says no diagrams yet, but if we click on the plus icon, we're back here where we started creating a new diagram. And when you're on the pro version, you can even work with your team members on the same diagram at the same time. And the team at Mermaid Chart told me that they're heavily investing in these co-op features, so there will be probably way more ways to work together in diagrams in the future. And you know, there's so much more of this application to cover. They even have dark mode. That's pretty cool. And they have colored themes, so you can even set up the colors of your organization. And you can even leave comments for your team members. Like for example, this comment. And since I'm the only person on the team, I guess I need to work harder. And as promised, if you want to extend your trial even further, go to the video description and follow the instructions over there. And all the prompts and codes will be linked in the description below. And if you want to see more videos on how to create diagrams with the help of AI, well, then simply subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Hey friend, YouTube thinks that you want to see this video next, so go and give it a try. I think you will like it.